guys, and welcome to Transforming with Taryn. Obviously, I am Taryn. I just wanted to drop in a introduction video so that you guys can have some idea on what I'm passionate about and what Transforming with Taryn is all about. So there's really two sides to Transforming with Taryn. One is geared towards altering the mind, and one is geared towards altering the body. When it comes to altering the mind, my goal is to help people come from a place of love and understanding. And sometimes in order to do that, we need to be educated and have more insight on things that we are fearful of. We're usually fearful of things when we don't know them or when we haven't really experienced them firsthand or asked the right questions to get the education and the knowledge behind them. So I'm going to try and do the best that I can to educate people from a place of love and understanding by a series of interviews. These interviews will be with people I know, and then hopefully down the line I'll be referred to other people that I don't even know. I just want to get a sense of people's experiences with major issues like racism, sexism, sexual identity, gender identity, mental health, environmental issues, all of those things, all of those really major and impactful issues that there's a lot of conflict and controversy over. Because I think that if we create a conversation rather than an argument, it is more beneficial. Every time I sit down with somebody, it will always be from a place of love. And I will hopefully get or hit on some major points when it comes to, people's inheritance or their skin color or their genetics or the discrimination that they faced. So that's really my main goal for that. In addition to that, I'm also going to try to include some history on whatever topic is the main point of that interview. So if I'm interviewing a Black individual, I'm definitely going to be hitting on some Black history, and it will either be the correction of Black history that you think you know, or the addition of Black history that maybe few people know about, or at least a lot of people that are not Black may not know about. That's just an example. Additionally, with those interviews, I will be asking each interviewee that I sit down with to pick a major organization or a smaller organization or a small business, preferably Black or minority owned, or one that really makes it a point to help impact other organizations or big things in a way, so that when I release that episode on my YouTube channel, I can go ahead and promote that organization, and hopefully we can drive some insight to that organization, why they're great, why they might need help, or maybe just bring that attention to that organization or that small business so that people know about it. I am in LA, so I'm in Los Angeles, California. There may or may not be some interviews over Zoom, because I do know quite a few people outside of California, and I'm not sure if, based on timing, if I'll be able to fly to them or if they'll be visiting, but hopefully I will get to personally touch on a lot of these interviews in person. That's pretty much that side of Transforming with Taryn and altering the mind. So hopefully with these interviews, we'll get personal, we'll get empathetic, we'll get real, personal stories, personal obstacles. Hopefully it will create this space where people can talk about it nicely, safely, or maybe even reach out to the interviewee and ask additional questions if there's something that I may have missed or something you're, wondering about. Or maybe it will let you know that that is somebody that you can relate to as well. So that is the overall goal with that. Obviously, we're going to start these interviews and we'll be uploading them to YouTube. And hopefully it either makes a huge impact and goes somewhere, or we can just continue on and educate people. So that's, like I said, that's the altering the mind part. When it comes to altering the body, I don't mean altering the body so that you lose weight and, you know, there's this ideal weight that everybody needs to be or whatever. I mean it in a space of it needs to be healthy. So the altering the body part is going to come through Dance to Fit. Now, Dance to Fit is an exercise. It's not a program, it's just an exercise, a way to exercise. And basically what it does is it combines dance with fitness. And a lot of the times you don't even realize that you're actually working out. Yes, there's squats involved. Yes, we're crunching. Yes, we're doing all these other moves, but we're also having an amazing time just letting loose and dancing. A lot of the moves are choreographed, but so many people put their own spin and flair on them. And there are so many Dance to Fit instructors ranging all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast. The actual brand Dance to Fit, or D2 Fit, was started by, her name is now Jessica James, and she's amazing. And I recently went through her certification program, so now I am a certified Dance to Fit instructor. I personally started Dance to Fit, or found it, about 5 or 6 years ago when her first video to Dark Horse came out, and I did it and I loved and I hated it all at the same time. I was going through some really hard times at that point, and I was working on my mental health, and I was trying to find ways to make myself feel better. And then I started realizing the more I worked out, the better I felt. And not because it would change, you know, my body or any of those things, but because I felt strong, because it helped me mentally focus, because, you know, it pumped up my endorphins. It made me a happier person. It pulled me out of my depression. I did Dance to Fit, and then I switched to boxing, not for competition, but just because I loved it. And then the personal trainer that I was working out with, or boxing with, as a, you know, a conditioning type, he actually retired, and I went back to dancing. And so when I went back to dancing, I just found that I could do 10 minutes, or I could do 30 minutes, or I could do an hour, or I could do her 90-minute class. And it didn't matter. I did it for me. I did it for my mental. I didn't force myself to do it, but I knew that when I did it, I would have fun. So my main goal for Dance to Fit and becoming a Dance to Fit instructor is that there's none within, I think it's a 70 to 90 mile radius of Los Angeles. So I wanted to bring that to my area in person. So I'm going to be doing that and bringing that here in person. And then I want people who come to the class, or who may eventually join me on a live stream or anything like that, on an IG live or a YouTube live or any of those lives, just to be able to embrace themselves, to get lost in the dance and have fun, and not really realize or focus on the fact that they're working out. You will sweat. You will be sore the next day most of the time. But that's not really my main goal. If it's your main goal and you work hard at it, I will tell you it will change your body. In conjunction with a nutritionally balanced eating regimen, which doesn't restrict foods, because I don't believe in restricting foods. I do believe that everything is great in moderation, but I don't feel like people should restrict themselves. But with Dance to Fit and a healthy nutritional regimen, you can definitely change your body, and not just your body, but the overall way that you feel. So combining Transforming with Taryn through the show, which will be called Transforming the Truth, and Dance to Fit, I'm hoping that I can just create this overall well-rounded individual, educated individual within me. And within that, I'm hoping that I can share all of that with all of you. So if anybody has any questions, any comments, any thoughts, any wants to know when my class is, you will be able to see the links to my Instagram and my Facebook, my personal, and then there is one for Transforming with Taryn. Please subscribe to this YouTube page because there's going to be two aspects to it. Like I said, under the Transforming with Taryn label, there will be the show Transforming the Truth, where I will post all those videos of all those interviews. And then there will be the Dance to Fit sections, where I will be uploading tutorials to like single songs at a time rather than whole 1 hour classes. So like, share, subscribe, comment, just interact with me. The more I feel like I'm interacting with you, the more I want to know, the more I want to talk to people, the more we can learn and have this open conversation about everything that I mentioned. So I hope this is helpful in explaining what Transforming with Taryn is actually all about. And I really do hope that you follow me on this journey. Hopefully you learn something. Maybe I'll see you in one of my Dance to Fit classes. Either way, I wish you nothing but the best, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.